Hey guys, and welcome to my newest series titled Challenger Secrets. And this has been inspired by pretty much my YouTube comments recently. I've noticed a lot of influx of people asking me why I've been pressing the tab button, the scoreboard for League, so often. Why do I spam it? And I'm not doing it to spite you guys or annoy you. It's mostly going to be explained in this video, and I'll be doing a lot more videos regarding this topic on, Challenger Secrets, stuff not many people do that I do, or stuff other people do that I don't, that I think are very helpful in climbing or getting better at the game. So I hope you guys enjoy this series. If you do, please do leave a like. If you don't, tell me what I can do better. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. All right, so the first reason why I press tab so much is to see my lane advantages and my lane disadvantages. So I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, League is the same game over and over again, right? And you've probably seen many of the same matchups, but not all the time are the players the same. The lower elo you are, the less often you see the same players. I'm sure you're all aware. So just because I have a Pantheon versus a Cassidy mid doesn't mean I'm going to always have my Pantheon winning mid at every single instance, right? Even though it's a good match for Pantheon early game, he can get outscaled, or if he's autofilled, he'll probably even lose early game, therefore being entirely useless the entire game. So to see how ahead or behind my Pantheon is, I can press the tab button and I can look at first variable, consumables. Is my Pantheon up in potions? Is he down in potions? Does Cassidy have corrupting pot? Does my Pantheon have a corrupting pot? All these little things add up. So that's like the first small thing I can go over, the consumables, potions advantages. The second thing is vision control. Does my Pantheon have more vision control? Does he have his pink wards on the map yet? Are they in his inventory? Same thing with Cassidy. I can take a look at, see if he hasn't awarded yet for his one-on-one pink ward, because every character can have one pink ward on the map. So this is also very helpful on knowing if they're in a vulnerable state. And the last variable showcasing lane dons would be the CS score. I'm sure you guys are all aware with last hits. So if my Pantheon's up like 20 CS, I can determine that he's somewhat winning the lane early game, and I have to make sure that he maintains that advantage going to the late game, because Cassidy will outscale Pantheon for sure. Even though mid game Pantheon can be a bigger menace, if he's super ahead, you got to make sure that you keep him ahead or behind if he's on the enemy team. The second reason for pressing tab so much is to see what items are being bought. So a good example of this would be boots. Boots showcase your movement speed, and this can make you escape ganks or get around the map more often. A good example of this would be supports mostly all run Mobies if they're roaming supports or engaged supports, Alistar, Thresh, etc. If you're playing like a long range carry, I can make sure to deblock those Mobies so they have a hard time getting to our team, because once they're down, they move way slower for a set amount of time. Continuing on the topic of boots, another example of this would be what boots AD carries buying, the type of boots, like Merc Treads, Tab Buys, Grease. Does the AD carry feel like we have too much attack damage on our team, too many auto attackers for Tab Buys, Merc Treads because we got too much match damage, or CC for the tenacity, or obviously just Grease if he wants to do more burst or DPS. This makes him also more vulnerable, so we know if he's very easier to kill. Not only are boots important to see, items such as the stopwatch rune you can see, minion dematerializer, both these are from the inspiration tree, and you can see them by pressing tab. Or also you can just left click people and see the item stop left. This is just more easy for me to see, and I can see multiple people at the same time. Other things such as, power spike. So has Kaiser hit her 2-item power spike? Does she have her Ginsu's and her Storm Razor yet? If not, then we're still in a spot to look for team fights or objective fights. Does enemy carry have a QSS? Am I playing Warwick, Malzahar? Can I flash ult someone that is a threat to my team, or will they just immediately get out of the suppression? The last two things would be stacking items such as Call and Tear of the Goddess. So you can see at what stage of the game the enemy AD carry, say Ezreal is at, because he builds double tier items in Seraphs and Mana Moon, or Urgot top, is he playing for late game scaling? Is he building a Call, and is it almost done, etc. Finally, the last thing would be to see the enemy champ CDR. So Aatrox is one of the champs that benefits the most with CDR. So if you have an understanding of how much CDR each item gives, you can know at what threshold he's on right now. And finally, the third and last reason for pressing tab so much is you get a free in-game OPGG. So I know OPGG gives you pretty much everything, all the specifics, all the actual runes, if they're running AD, CDR, or attack speed with new trees that have come out. But if you're lazy like me and just want to go through that in the game, then this is your go-to. So the first thing you can see is runes and keystones. So is the enemy Alistar running Aftershock, or does he have the wrong runes and he's running Fleet or something, you know? Obviously, that's really rare to happen, but you just want to make sure you're playing against the right things that you're so accustomed towards seeing. Because sometimes they will have the wrong runes and wrong keystones, and you can take advantage of that, or have a playstyle revolving around them being at a disadvantage, or, you know, the actual champion they're playing. Also, you can see their primary and secondary trees, but if you're so interested in that, you'd probably go on OPGG or another website that can cater to these stats, and you can see what they're actually running, because not everyone runs the same stuff in the same trees, because everyone is different and unique in their own way, and not every champ also runs the same stuff. So going on those websites can give you more impact and more information rather than actually pressing tab. Another important detail will be summoner spells. So sometimes I forget if the enemy mid laner has an offensive or defensive summoner, such as, you know, Ignite versus Heal or Cleanse. If my mid laner is playing like LeBlanc or Lissandra that can engage and land a CC spell, I want to make sure they don't have Cleanse, so I know I can actually not have to use Flash, or have to use Flash and not waste my summoner spell myself. And on the topic of summoner spells, I can see if my laners have their own summoner spells. So can my Malzahar Flash engage, or does my Darius top have Ghost and Flash? Does he have Ignite, etc.? All these things can play an impact onto whether or not you get a kill, use your own summoner spells, have to use your potions, everything. The game has so much depth that the most minimal thing can change something. There's like a butterfly effect in this game. Stupid comparison, I know, but that's just how I see it. I want to make sure I'm playing the most calculated way I can, and to be playing to the best of my ability. And not only is this good for the jungle role, it's also good for other roles as well, because you can press tab and see if your jungler has smite up or not. And this can play a huge factor into whether you win or lose the game if you lose a Baron, because you won't always have a Cho'Gath for the execute if your smite on your jungler is down. And with the knowledge of whether or not it's down, you can decide if you're going for the Baron bait or if you're actually going to go ahead and try and finish it. So I feel like all these factors, even though they're a bit more minimal than the first and second topics, I'd say they're still very valuable. All right, again, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Next episode will revolve around jungle paths. This is something I wanted to do last year, but I figured they're going to change the jungle, but they never did. So I think it's going to be a good way to start off the year with a proper jungle pathing video. This one will be probably the same length, maybe a bit longer, maybe a bit shorter. We'll see. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like and subscribe if this was to your taste, if you enjoyed everything and you think it was worth it. A lot more content coming this year. Much love, guys. Enjoy your new year, and I'll see you very soon.